Good morning. I know it's really early, but I'm so excited about the astrology because guess what, y'all? Mercury is getting ready to go retrograde. um, Mercury goes, Mercury is in Aries. Mercury's in Aries and it starts its retrograde shadow tomorrow. It won't actually go retrograde until April 1st, which is really significant because that's the beginning of the year. And Mercury's going to retrograde, and we're going to have an eclipse on March 25th, and then we're going to have another eclipse on April 8th. So this energy, you all, so our reality is really shifting, and I've been saying reality is shifting, and here's what I mean when I say that. We have been in a reality that was really made up by what they call the founding fathers, and we have been functioning like today is Friday, right? But we were taught that. We were given that perspective. Those are man's perspectives and man's creations, like the days of the week and government systems and education systems. All that stuff is what man created here. So that is a false reality because it was created on top of the nature's reality, right? And it was created somewhat in congruence with it, but it's still a construct, like this person is saying here. It's still a construct. So now that reality, it's expiring, like the story Cinderella, when the fairy godmother came and said at the strike of midnight, all of this is going to be over with. So you're going to have to get home before it changes. Well, that's what's happening. When this Mercury goes into retrograde and the eclipses are coming, we're going to really begin to watch this reality come undone. Bring back the lunar calendar, yes. And that's what I use 13 moons, because I teach 13 moons and we use the lunar calendar. We do everything by the moon cycle. So this eclipse that is happening, it's a full moon eclipse on the 25th of March in Libra. Libra governs the construct that we made. Libra, that's Libra energy. It's the world of appearance. So we're having an eclipse there now. So this is all shifting. So here's why I'm here. My prayer is that you all are doing your work to prepare yourselves to be the greater consciousness in your life, to be in agreement with nature's functions and ways of being, to agree with it by participating in what nature is doing. Because when you do that, it's like you're in a building and this building is collapsing. It's about to blow up, and you leave that building, you go in another building that actually has what it needs to survive the shifts. Nature has what you need to survive the shifts of this construct collapsing. And so all you need to do is begin to follow nature. The easiest way that I know to get to nature is because it's about a consciousness, right? It's not just about your physical body. It is your physical body, but it's the consciousness that is alive, activated in your physical body. And the way to access that is through your natal chart, by understanding your personal codes to the cosmos, because the cosmos is nature and you were born with a particular code and made to function in a particular way. And the way to learn how to be who nature made you to be is through your natal chart. And you are meant to function a certain way. Like I am meant to function a way that I did not know. Nobody taught me this in school. Nobody said, Monique, if you your communication style best works when you are trusting your intuition, when you are functioning from your intuition and not from what you see. You have to function from what you feel. That's very different. And then I had to teach myself how to do that because that is what I need to really. And then as I was teaching myself, I was realizing that, oh, I'm out of my body. I'm not even in my body. I don't even feel. Why am I not in my body? Because I've experienced so many disappointments that I detached from my body. Oh, okay. So how do I get back in my body? All of these practices to get back in my body. Right? So it's important for us to learn how we function so that in our understanding of how my cat, let me tell y'all, my cat, you guys, I'm sorry, I'm changing the subject. My cat has been going outside. I've been letting her go outside. My aunt, I've been letting her go outside. Y'all. And she comes back in the house with fleas. So now she's all itchy and scratchy. Oh my gosh, it's so interesting. And she wants me to itch her and scratch her. So this morning I bought this thing that costs $50. Some bio such and such. You put it on them and it's supposed to keep the fleas and ticks up. It's so, okay. Anyway, I also talk to the fleas because that is my frequency. And the more I can be on the frequency of nature, I can communicate in these other ways. But I have to teach myself how to do that. I have to remember. I have to learn it again. I have to practice. It takes time, right? So in the meantime, I'm like, okay, how do I support us, right? So, okay, you all. So the thing that's important to do now is to begin to learn how you function, your codes, how you function. So, many of us right now might be spending a lot, we just get so caught up in relationships and romance and all. Like for the next 9-10 months, romance is not the thing to be focused on. You are to be focused on how you function, because if you're going to be in a partnership and you don't know how you function, your energy becomes a detriment to another person if you don't know how you function. If you don't know that you need to listen to your solar plexus and your intuition before you do something, and you're listening to your mind, then you're going to make choices that will not only harm yourself, but that will harm other people. You've got to learn how you function. So for me, the North Node is in Aries. I have the North Node in Aries, and I function best when I am absolutely in a pioneering energy, meaning where I'm doing something that is new for me to do that actually serves others. I have to do Aries is the pioneer. It's new. I have the first house in Aries and Saturn Aries, but I have a sun and a stellium in Virgo in the 6th house. What I'm doing, I have to help people in ways that are new, but it's my natal chart that helps me understand that. I wouldn't know that if it weren't for my natal chart. I would be off trying to get a job. I would be like, you know what I'm saying? And so instead of doing that, I am creating systems and tools and resources that help people get to the new consciousness inside of them. So Mercury is going to go retrograde in Aries, and we're having an eclipse. We're having Mercury retrograde. So I invite you guys to join my full moon community, because that is where I am going to be doing this Mercury retrograde work to help people really begin to. Mercury is your mind and how you think, and Aries is the beginning. So it's time for us to be coming into new ways of thinking, and you have to begin to code yourself for that. You have to begin to practice your way into it. So you can join the full moon community. And if you can't find the link, you can send me a private message. I'll send it to you. It's $44 a month, but we're going to start doing some deep work for Mercury retrograde in there. That applies across the table, but I get you. Self-realization brings self-actualization. Yes, it totally applies across the table, but if you don't have self-realization, you don't have nothing. So, you know what I mean? Like, you have, like, what people want to skip steps. People want to skip steps. You cannot, we're too far in the transformation process to skip steps. Because ultimately, what's important ultimately is that you embody your energy, who you're meant to be. And so if you're out there, you know, like I work with artists a lot, and people are making things to make money. You can't do anything to get anything. We're past that, you all. You can't be doing anything to try to get something out there. There is no out there. But because of the way we've been conditioned, we believe that there is something out there because our eyes perceive that there is, but there isn't. It's an illusion. And I can't, you have to do the practices and the rituals so that you can begin to conceptualize things as they really are and not the way you've been duped into thinking about them. And so, you know, people are trying to get money or trying to get some sort of external security or some sort. It doesn't exist. It's not. So learning that daily and loving the lessons. Greetings from St. Croix. Yes, absolutely. I'm really happy because it's important for us to understand that everything comes from within. Everything is from within. Everything is a part of an energetic coded system. And when you are internal, when you go internal, you will access the power from within you. So, I invite you guys to join the full moon community. If you want, you can join 13 moons as well. The 13 moons is $111. We're in the gathering phase in 13 moons. So if you joined that now, you would have some catch up work to do, and it might be a little intense for you. But Mercury retrograde shadow work, we're going to start that tomorrow. We're going to start having our first conversations about it. And the retrograde doesn't actually happen until the 8th. And you guys can book readings with me. You can just book a transit reading, and I can start supporting you in doing the work to help you get your energy in alignment for what is happening on this planet. And let me just say this. I hope you guys have been doing this work already. I hope that you're not just new to it. It doesn't, even if you are, you can catch up because the universe is benevolent. Like, you know, the God of the Bible is not benevolent, but the Creator is benevolent and always offers paths towards what we're to be in alignment. So if you haven't been doing the work, that's okay. But if it just means that it's going to be more challenging for you. It could be more challenging because you have to kind of energetically catch up, you know, or you just have to, and what I mean catch up, by now we should have, I don't like the word should, but done a lot of releasing, like old relationships, you know, relationships with mothers, fathers, things that don't work, don't serve you anymore, forgiveness. If you've not done forgiveness work and self up till now, you're going to have some catching up to do because now the cycle is really starting. And if you're carrying karmic lessons and unresolved love patterns, if you're carrying that stuff, the work is going to be challenging initially. That's okay. But it will be. I just want you to know that, right? But don't continue to put it off because if you continue to put it off, you can't skip it. It just gets heavier and heavier and heavier. And then your system starts to break down. You start to get sick. Your money breaks down. Your body, all that sort of stuff starts to break down because you're not doing the work to get yourself where you need to be. All right, you all. Peace and blessings. I love y'all so very much. We are living through monumental changes and times We are the ones that are here to do it. We are here for it. We can do it. We have what we need to do it, but we have to show up for ourselves. We have to show up. Peace and blessings, everyone. Use this energy today. The moon is in Gemini. The sun is in Pisces. This is about really getting clear about your identity at the subconscious level, like who you really are, like who you were meant to be, who you were born to be. And you have to set the boundaries inside of yourself. You have to access the codes of who you are. Oh, happy birthday. You have to access the codes of who you are by being true to yourself, because that's the only way to do it. You've got to really, all right. Peace and blessings. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.